Is any 13-year-old capable of making the decision to father a child? No.
This 34-year-old fifth-grade teacher allegedly became pregnant with her own student's child. How could something so disturbing happen in a place meant to protect children? When Laura Caron gave birth to a child in 2019, police were tipped off to a worrying Facebook post.
In December of 2024, the victim's father made a Facebook post pointing out that Caron's 5-year-old child bore a striking resemblance to both himself and his son, the alleged victim in this case.
An investigation led to Caron's arrest in January 2025. The New Jersey Middle Township elementary school teacher is now accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a student from 2016 to 2020 when he was living with her.
What do we tell kids all the time? Trust your teachers, listen to your teachers, don't talk back to your teachers, right? So children are raised to think, well, my teacher can do no wrong, they're good people.
Caron was a parent figure to the boy. At her hearing in January, the judge even identified Caron as a resource family parent, another way of saying foster parent. After the allegations, the school placed Caron on paid administrative leave. She had been at the school for 11 years. With the victim and his brother in Caron's class, Caron allegedly became friends with the victim's family and acted as a guardian. The victim's parents trusted her to babysit their 3 children at her home, at first only 1 or 2 nights a week. But then they started living with her permanently.
I'd like to know the reason why he moved in with her at 11 years old, okay? And that right there in itself was a red flag.
The siblings shared a room on the 2nd floor, and according to the victim's sister, she once saw her brother sleeping in the teacher's bed. It is estimated that he was 11 and she was 28 at the time.
One of the siblings also claimed that after that baby was born, the victim moved into Caron's bedroom permanently.
She also claimed her brother told her that he was the father of Caron's baby, but asked her to keep it a secret. The victim's brother said he witnessed Caron's crimes.
The defendant and victim were on a reclining chair with a blanket over them, and he saw the defendant, the victim was 11 at the time.
On other occasions, Caron would go into the bathroom and lock the door while the victim was showering. Later, they were seen exiting the bathroom, both wet and in towels.
The victim confirmed that he had a sexual relationship with the defendant and believed that he would have sex with her twice a week.
Shockingly, Caron threw herself a baby shower when she found out she was pregnant, but told friends that the baby's father wouldn't be involved and was out of the picture. According to a friend, Caron got hundreds of dollars worth of gifts from the baby shower. However, the student claims, "I wasn't groomed or raped or manipulated by her. She never initiated anything. I started everything."
The teenager who had a baby with his New Jersey teacher insists that he started the relationship.
He goes on to say, "I'm 19, about to be 20. I love her with all my heart. She was there for me and my family."
He can't see that he's a victim here. He sees her as a victim, apparently.
Caron faces charges of first-degree aggravated sexual assault, second-degree sexual assault, and second-degree endangerment of the welfare of a child. According to Caron's attorney, it will take months for the biological evidence to be obtained, sent to the lab, and processed.
We have a child here who is supposedly the biological son of the abuse victim, so just DNA testing from that will certainly prove that there was sex abuse that occurred.
According to court records, the case has been sent to a grand jury, and Caron's bail has been revoked. If convicted, Caron faces 10 to 20 years of jail time in New Jersey State Prison, with an additional 5 to 10 years for the other 2 charges. Just weeks before her wedding, elementary school teacher Madison Bergman allegedly made out with her 11-year-old student. Here's what happened. Bergman was arrested in May 2024, originally on 1 count of first-degree sexual assault of a child.
Madison Bergman is charged with starting an inappropriate relationship with her 5th-grade student.
However, a few months later, 10 additional felony charges were added, including sexual contact with a child under age 13, use of a computer to facilitate a child sex crime, 2 counts of child enticement, exposing children to harmful conditions, and 5 counts of sexual misconduct by school.
Assuming, that she's proven to be guilty, she's going to get a substantial prison time, in excess of 10 years or so.
It all started when the mother of the victim had caught him on the phone with Bergman. She then emailed Bergman asking her to not call her son after school hours as it was crossing a boundary. Shortly after, text messages between the pair were discovered, a reported 35,000 of them. The boy's father reportedly stormed into Rivercrest Elementary School to confront Bergman with printouts of their conversation. That's when police were called to the school. Among the messages there allegedly was a picture of Bergman in shorts and a t-shirt, which the principal said appeared to be taken in the school's bathrooms. While interviewed, Bergman confirmed that she got the boy's number while on a ski trip with him and his parents, but said it was in case they became separated. Bergman said that after the trip, he had called her 4 to 5 times for no apparent reason, while she didn't recall if she had contacted him in return.
In cases like this, the predator will also put the responsibility, as it were, on the victim.
During an interview, the victim told investigators that he spoke with Bergman almost daily.
They have to question the child at their level, make them feel comfortable, and ensure that every answer is freely given and in no way persuaded.
When asked about the texts they exchanged, Bergman lawyered up. Authorities then found a folder inside Bergman's backpack with the student's name, which contained dozens of handwritten notes, 53 notes from Bergman and 46 notes from the victim, some about kissing each other.
Our Ellen Henry shows us the disturbing messages that put her behind bars.
In one letter, Bergman allegedly wrote, "First off, I still can't believe we have actually kissed. You are the second person in my whole life that I ever kissed. That is so crazy. And I know your first kiss, and I'm sorry you won't ever be able to tell anyone that." In another letter, Bergman allegedly wrote, "One of my cousins is in the 5th grade and I can't imagine a man talking to her how we talk. I know we have a special relationship and I do love you more than anyone in the world, but I have to be the adult here and stop."
Some of those notes, Bergman and the victim allegedly addressed each other with pet names like Pookie or Hottie.
Bergman resigned from her position, but she wasn't the only one. Another 5th grade teacher also resigned, and, according to sources, they might have known what was going on and did not report it. Bergman was barred from contacting any district students, parents, or staff members and was eventually let out on a $25,000 signature bond.
Bergman's been ordered to have no contact with the victim or with anybody under the age of 18. She's also been ordered to wear a GPS monitoring device.
Bad turned to worse for Bergman because her wedding with her high school sweetheart was even called off, reportedly because her fiancé was embarrassed that Bergman cheated on him with an 11-year-old. In court, more messages were revealed, including one where Bergman allegedly said she wanted to lick the boy's abs.
An 11-year-old is not capable of consenting. An 11-year-old is not an adult. An 11-year-old is not mature.
In one text exchange, Bergman allegedly said, "I love having my hand on your chest. I could feel your heart beating so much, ha ha." To which the victim allegedly replied, "Ha ha, it was beating so fast. I was so surprised and I loved it because you just kept kissing me." One parent claimed that Bergman moved the victim's desk next to hers so that she could touch him during class without being noticed. When it came time for lunch, Bergman would allegedly ask him to stay after class. He confirmed that she would kiss him several times after school or when the others were out to lunch. Bergman's defense tried to argue that her behavior didn't rise to the level of sexual assault and argued the boy's texts weren't specific enough about how he and Bergman were touching each other.
But they say that the statute doesn't include the word chest or chest area. What do you make of that?
It's a technical argument. They're not wrong. It does not make it less inappropriate or any more okay.
But the charges weren't dismissed.
It isn't necessary for that specific word to be used.
Bergman is facing charges of first-degree child sex assault, child enticement, and sexual misconduct by a school staff member. Bergman's defense has since asked the Wisconsin judge to modify her bond condition to let her be around children, claiming it to be over-restrictive.
Something like, not being able to go to restaurants, not being able to go to stores. That's probably something the judge is going to ultimately find to be not something that needs to be a priority.
If convicted on all charges, Bergman reportedly faces a maximum sentence of up to 178 years in prison. Thanks for watching.